don't know if you guys remember, I did say when this kind of broke out and there was like these players that were risking basically their entire their careers by not going forward with this whole COVID dumb shit or whatever it is, as far as them trying to be coerced into getting jabbed. Now, of course, Andrew Wiggins did it, and he got it, that vaccination, even though he didn't want to. He said explicitly that he didn't want to. He just felt like he couldn't play basketball anymore. But you remember at the beginning, when all this started to break out, we had Jonathan Isaac and all these other guys that were saying things, Bradley Beal, all of that. And I don't know if you guys remember, I said with Kyrie, I said, if there's one player in the NBA that I would put my bets on that he would actually be like, you know what, fuck it, it would be Kyrie Irving. It would be Kyrie, hands down. It would be Kyrie. And right now it does seem he is among those that are holding the line in which he's saying that he doesn't want to get it. Now, I'm not saying, because who knows? This video could be out of date next week and maybe he gets it. And to be fair, he's welcome to change his opinion or position. However, as it stands, he has not. And he's going to risk a lot of money and his career, really. And I know this is going to sound like, to those Branch Covidians, absolutely insane because, it's just a jab, right? This guy is more ballsy than basically all of the NBA, a lot of these sports athletes who think they're doing some shit because they say something that everybody among them already agree with. So they think they're brave and bold and stunning for doing that. Kyrie is if he holds the line, is who they think that they are. Now, I don't care how you feel about Kyrie as an individual, like, some of the other off things that he has said, particularly about this issue. As announced not too long ago, the Brooklyn Nets, which is the team, for those of you that don't watch the NBA, the team that Kyrie Irving plays for, and he won't play, practice, or anything. Basically, he's banned from the team until he gets that vaccination. Now, some of this is coming because of the town that they live in, right? He lives in Brooklyn, and the New York City has a lot of more strenuous mandates in order for people that are gathering indoors. So, obviously, home games were out the window anyway. Now, it's being announced as the general manager, Sean Marks, he says Kyrie has made a personal choice, and we respect his individual right to choose. No, you don't. Currently, the choice restricts his ability to be a full-time member of the team, and we will not permit any member of our team to participate with part-time availability. It is imperative that we continue to build chemistry as a team and remain true to our long-established values of togetherness and sacrifice. Now, obviously, if I heard my GM say that, I'm like, all right, we clearly ain't on the same page. You don't rock with me, I bet, and I'll act accordingly. But what this does, and it's funny that this is kind of representing the world at large, right? And you see why holding that line is so important, and why I've been talking about this, even having those uncomfortable conversations with those of you that have been coerced into getting it. How it works is that once you end up getting it, even if you are coerced into getting it, or you're forced to get it, or you think that you're being forced, meaning that basically you value that job or stability or comfort, whatever it is, over anything else, the uncertainty in the event that you didn't get it. Okay. You no longer are a foot soldier that they have to worry about. You become less combative. You don't fight back as much because you have now had the promise of whatever they are giving you on the other side, no matter if they shift or not. That's neither here nor there. I'm specifically referring to what they're promising you. Now, the reason why I say this represents the world at large, and really a lot of the conversation, is because I'm willing to bet money that those Brooklyn Nets teammates aren't going to hold out in support of their teammate. Are they? Probably not. The friends that Kyrie has amongst the people in the NBA, are they going to say, okay, y'all, this is bullshit, even though I might have got it? And I'm talking about them saying that I don't support this sort of coercion that you're doing here. And I'm not going to play based upon that. They're less likely to do that. Why? Because they're promised their money, or rather they're promised what they're going to get out of just sitting here basically being part of that cult, even if they did it reluctantly. Because, again, like I said, I'm willing to bet the Brooklyn Nets ain't going to hold out. But all that shit about these activists that are sports entertainers, and Kyrie is doing something incredibly difficult. All that stuff that they did over the last year with the social justice stuff, Kyrie, and I'm not talking about the subject matter. I'm saying what it is they're doing. Kyrie is doing what they thought they were doing, right? Well, LeBron and all them thought what they were doing, which basically they were doing everything that was convenient. It was the popular thing to do because of after the George Floyd situation, all the signaling and the jerseys and all of that. They're putting that stuff on the court. Everybody now is an activist on their post-game interviews, pre-game interviews, all of that, or practice, whatever it is, they're chatting about it. They thought that they were some sort of civil rights, like leading the charge, as in they were making this big statement that was difficult for them to do. No, you weren't. You were just confirming what was already the popular opinion among you guys anyway. It was a very easy thing to do. Kyrie, albeit a different subject, is doing what you guys think that you're doing. What you guys thought that you were doing over the last year. That's what he's doing right now. So as it stands, again, as I'm shooting this video, if it changes, it changes. But right now, he's what you guys pretend to, what you LARPers do. That's what he's doing, where he's putting it on the line, right? The team, and we're going to see how he adjusts based on this. But the team has said you can't play. That you've been banned essentially from the team. You can't play. If he holds out, he would be doing akin to what we've seen, maybe actual during drafts and civil rights eras, what we've seen out of some of those athletes that did ballsy things that had to look opposition into the eye and do what they felt was just for them or what they felt was righteous. That's what he's doing. And I'm not saying it simply because I agree with his subject, what he's saying on this. No, that's not what this is about. Again, this is not a conversation of the unvaccinated versus the vaccinated. That's not what this is. That's a false dichotomy. This is about people that value the freedom to choose what they inject into their body and what they do with their body versus those who don't. That's what this conversation is about. That's it. And the gaslighters will say different, but that's what this is about. So, of course, I commend him, but he is, to be fair, ballsy because he's putting it on the line. He'll go without money. He'll go, and again, this is basically what Andrew Wiggins did, finding out he's going to miss out on $10, $15 million. He was like, all right, well, shit, I'm not going to be able to play basketball anymore. If I don't get this, I don't see how I can do it. I'm going to go ahead and get it. I'm not saying, and I'm not going to fault him, though he's not doing anything conducive to the solution. The coercion itself is the problem, right? The threat there. But he does have a choice there. And, he's made millions of dollars. Kyrie's made millions of dollars. He could say, you know what, I'm done. And if this costs me, you're going to lose what it would be. I've said this before. I think Kyrie is the greatest, dribbler, the best, basically ball handler that I've ever seen that played in the NBA. And this is putting him above Isaiah Iverson, Tim Hardaway, all those. Ain't nobody handling that fucking rock like it's a magician. And they're willing to, the league itself is willing to say that, okay, we can do without you. And he's saying, okay, fine. I'm done. I'm done. We'll see how long he does this, but it's ballsy either way. And it'd be funny if this influences people, not just in his, let's say, league or in his field, so sports. See if this influences other people to say, you know what, this is a time that I have to take a stand. Am I going to lose out? Am I going to be uncomfortable for a little bit? Potentially. But at the end of the day, my son, my daughter, the next generation is going to thank me for it. The gaslighter will say it's not a big deal because it's a jab. But if you thought, man, if you think it stops there, you're a crackhead. I guess you also thought that it was only going to be 2 weeks slow to spread as well, idiot. You just watched a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake. Catch us live at 12 p.m. throughout the week over at youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and follow us over at odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. If you want to watch the entire video cast after the show is over, just be sure to become a member on the YouTube channel. Of course, the full audio portion of the podcast is available for free on all major digital platforms, or just visit forcanonsake.com.